That was our last hope that the Supreme Court would do something for us. He tweets about everything except our exams.
I'm really concerned about my life thing. I do not want to give this examination at this point of time, but government somehow is forcing me to give this one.
On the 17th of August, the Supreme Court of India dismissed a plea that sought a postponement of NEET and JEE. This was indeed a shocker to lakhs of students across the country who spent years preparing for these entrances, dreaming about a career as a doctor or as an engineer. A lot of them now even tell us that they will not write these exams as they're stuck in containment zones and flood-struck areas. I am Parvati Benu and welcome to Campus Convo. We have with us a NEET aspirant and a JEE aspirant, Arushi Sarangi and Jajadi Chandra, who are going to tell us what they thought about the Supreme Court's decision. Welcome to the conversation. Arushi, could you tell us your story? For how long have you been aspiring to write NEET and become a doctor?
So becoming a doctor was kind of my childhood passion and dream. Like I've been thinking about it since I was like 5 or 6 years old. So, but I started preparing for NEET after 10th grade. So 2018, and this is my first attempt at giving the exam. So I joined Akash, and like most people, I prepared for 2 years for NEET.
It's like I started preparing since last year. Actually, I dropped for IIT only. I got qualified for NIT, but I chose to drop 1 year for IIT. And then I started preparing, and I also appeared the JEE mains conducted in January. So
Right.
it has been 1 year all in and out.
So I believe it would have been a very frustrating year because you're basically studying all the time, right?
Of course, definitely.
Right. So, obviously you were hoping to write the examination in May.
Yeah.
There was no COVID. What sort of a situation were you in when you first heard of the pandemic and, the cases were rising steadily in the country?
So I was very scared. Like the thing is that like all of us are very scared, and even like adults are struggling to come to terms with it. And the exam was postponed again and again. And right now, suddenly, we're expected to just come in terms with everything and give the exam. When like the fear of the pandemic is just increasing, like it's not showing any signs of reducing because there's no vaccine yet. So, and I feel like the postponement did also impact us negatively too, because it was like an indefinite thing. We never knew when the exam was going to happen for sure. So that was one thing.
Of course, like every single day we see in the news like thousands of cases appearing every single day. It clearly means that despite of all our trials of staying in quarantine and despite of all our trials of testing people, we are unable to completely cover up all the population. That's it. So it means that we definitely need some more time to actually cope up with this case because India is the second most populated country. So we need more time for that. But I don't understand how the government thinks it's the best time to conduct JEE, such a huge scale examination, which actually deals with 25 lakh students or more.
So when the petition was in the Supreme Court, so on the 17th of August, what exactly were your expectations?
I don't understand that the Supreme Court gave out the judgment within 4 minutes. That's hardly 4 minutes, and you are deciding the lives of 25 lakh students. And we students have been speaking about it in Twitter. You can see it is still now the trending topic. It has been trending since more than 3 weeks. So government should understand that the parents, that the students, they have been asking you something. Instead of giving the replies to our questions, they directly went on and then gave the judgment within 4 minutes. They didn't even tell us what kind of arguments went over there. So we don't understand if it is completely justified. So I'm really concerned about my life here and also the lives of my parents here, because if I get infected, they will be as well.
I personally expected the Supreme Court to at least give us some form of justice. Like, even if they weren't supporting us, I expected them to at least hear us out for a little longer time. It was a huge shock to me when I found out the judgment was only 5 minutes. Literally, like he only listened to our judge for 5 minutes and they just passed an order like that. And like my heart literally sank, and like the whole day I was like very sad about it. And I also got migraines because that's how much stress I was under. So, and a lot of people reacted the same because that was our hope. That was our last hope that the Supreme Court would do something for us.
I mean, that's quite sad. So, now that the exams are going to be held in September, do you think that you will actually step out of your house and go write the exam?
I'm not too sure actually, but I mean, we all have to try and take our own precautions. That's there. But the kind of experience my friends have been having when they have been going, and there was no social distancing at all in the exam center. So it's going to put us in like double pressure. First of all, staying safe and wearing the mask for 3 hours, and people with glasses, it's even more difficult because it fogs up when they breathe. So that's one thing we have to worry about. Then we also have to worry about the exam. So that's our problem right now.
As an aspirant and as a student, what solution would you propose?
Like it's very clear over this. Like many countries, like if I name those countries, it is like you speak about New York or even the China, which is the epicenter of the disease. They have like declared completely over there that these institutes, these educational institutes, are not going to be opened until and unless every single case is cleared. That means they are going to open these things until situations are completely normal. So the governments of those countries are now focusing on how to find the vaccine, how to find the cure of this disease. But our government somehow thinks that it is the best place to conduct the examination and make the disease more rampant. I don't understand how it's a good decision. I think the government should postpone all the examinations because exam is not the like highest priority right now. The health is the highest priority. I think the government should focus more upon the healthcare like system right now rather than the education system right now. We can still wait for one another year, but if we die, then how can we give the exams and how can we like make our careers? I don't understand. And personally, if I speak about me, I'm an asthma patient, so I like have more chances of getting infect like reaching a severe stage if I like catch this disease. It's very dangerous because asthma has been in the history of our family. My grandmother was suffer, she died of asthma. So I'm like really scared about this thing. I do not want to give this examination at this point of time, but government somehow is forcing me to give this one. It is completely injustice and no one is listening to us.
So I have a solution that our education minister, Dr. Ramesh Pokhriyal Nisham, like every decision they've been making so far, they haven't bothered consulting the students at least once, right? So, maybe he should organize a live session in which he takes suggestions from us on what to do next. Because, if he does that, then, this whole Twitter trend and all this stuff that we're doing is not necessary because we are considered in the first place, right? So if we can give them some suggestions on what to do next, it would be better, I think.
But, aren't the students already tweeting the HRD minister and writing letters and emails to the prime minister?
That's what, like, we're not getting a firm response. So that's why I think that one day he should just organize a live session and try and listen to us. If not, even if he doesn't take our suggestions, at least we feel like we're being heard. Because right now we've been ignored by every authority. Like, we're not getting any response for them. When they release the admit card, they don't tell us anything about it. So it feels like that.
And how are things at home? How are your parents asking you to still write the exam, or how?
My parents obviously are very scared because it's pretty alarming, and they're trying to suggest different things like buy a face shield and those kind of measures that what we can take. But yeah, they are sort of reluctant, and I'm also keeping next year open as an option. Because this is like, it's a very extraordinary situation, the kind of pressure that's being put on us.
Students have been, tweeting about it and trying to raise their voice through every platform possible. Have you heard what's the most insensitive things that people have told you, let it be social media trolls or authorities or whoever it is?
The most insensitive thing like they're doing is just ignoring us. They don't seem to care, and like we've been requesting them for so long. He tweets about everything except our exams. Like, he doesn't even take, it's like sir is active on social media and posting something every 5 minutes, but he doesn't take even 2 minutes of his time to like even write 2 lines or anything about it. And to me, being ignored is worse than them saying anything to us. And even all the authorities, their general comments is we will follow SOPs, but they're not trying to understand that it is failing on ground reality, and that's the reason why we're concerned. and they're not taking any responsibility of what will happen.
The UGC exam issue is also going on, and while hearing a plea to cancel these examinations, a comment that a judge made at that time was students are not competent enough to make their own decisions. So how would you react to that?
See, first of all, the Supreme Court gave the judgment that the careers can be put into jeopardy. It's like the most controversial statement you can ever give, because somehow the Supreme Court thinks that lives can be put into jeopardy, but careers cannot be put into that. So I think this kind of discussion went over there. Or like, yes, we are the second most populated country, so let the thousands of children die. It doesn't matter. I think this kind of discussion happened there because 4 minutes it took it literally took 4 minutes to give this judgment. And second thing is that they think that we are incompetent. Okay, let's fight. Let us agree to that. What about the parents? The parents are also giving the same tweets, right? You can see many parent associations, they're writing the letters to NTA seeking for the postponement, yet NTA has not responded to a single of those letters. So does somehow the Supreme Court think that even parents are incompetent to decide the future of their children?
That's an absolutely valid point. And do you have a backup at this point? In case you're not able to write JEE examinations, do you have a backup career option in your mind?
See, it was my dream to qualify the JEE mains and advance, and then go to my choice IT, and then become a scientist. So if the government does not postpone, then I will be forced to give this one. And my parents were so much concerned. They asked me to stay for till the next year, January. Also, we are having the chance to give JEE mains. So they asked me, but I kind of disagree because I feel like it was my dream. I have been waiting since a very long time. So I think I will try my best to stay protected, but I don't think that there is any chance of staying safe. If I become safe, I don't think that many of the children will be. So I have no other option but to give the examination. The government is literally forcing us all. I have no other way.